Hi, this is Phoenix Genesis. I'm on the Pacific Crest Trail on my way to Hauser. It's day 3, and I'm not even at Hauser. I am so sick. Oh God, this has been a terrible trip. I need to go back home and maybe even go to a hospital. I don't have my asthma inhaler. And all the hurricane winds we had just really killed, like, because my septum's crushed. I lost part of my nose to a dog mauling in 2011. And the forest is really burned from last year. And it's just, everything's just gotten in there. And I can't breathe. And I've been going slow because I don't have my service dog, who's my mobility aid, and also my medical alert dog. And my asthma inhaler was in his pack, along with my Aquamira drops and food, water, and my money and my permits. And the ranger, Chris, had taken the dog home. When I had talked to him, he's like, oh, I took your dog home. Didn't ask me or anything. Decided to take care of the dog. Took the dog home, supposedly to his house, and said the dog was fine, just tired from, doing the whole 20 miles from the terminus to Lake Morena in basically one day, and carrying an 8-pound pack. But he said the dog was fine. Then I talked to him yesterday, morning, and he's like, oh, yeah, as long as you get to Lake Morena by 3 o'clock today, have somebody pick it up. This is Sunday. Then, because I'm going to Disneyland tomorrow, then that's fine. You can have your, you have your dog. He's fine. And I said, okay, I'll talk to you in the evening. And so I gave him a call, I guess sometime around 6. He had never emailed me, never tried to reach me. And I finally called him when I got cell phone reception, because it's been pretty good with T-Mobile, but it's kind of spotty here and there. And he was really nasty. And all he said was, I got rid of the dog. And I'm like, what do you mean you got rid of my dog? This is my service dog. I need my dog. He's mobility, he's hearing, and he's medical alert for my asthma because of my nose, and I lost my hearing because of all the infections from my nose the year it took to heal. So I have to go slow, because he does balance with me. He does helps me go up and down hills, helps me get up from a sitting position. And he knew that the dog was a service dog because he had all the paperwork. And then he started saying he wouldn't tell me what he meant by get rid of. He always says kind of dumped it somewhere. Well, where? Where's my dog? Where's Waldo? And then he was saying crazy stuff like it's not a service dog. And I'm like, it's well documented. I'm represented by California Disability Rights on legal issues, ADA issues. And I do videos on YouTube about service dogs, and it's well documented. My dog is a service dog. I have all kinds of documentations from my doctor, and none of that fake service dog stuff online. This is legitimate service dog. This is my replacement service dog. I've had a service dog for since 2011. This is 2018, 7 years? So I mean, come on. And then he got even more crazy, and he's like, it's a Siberian Husky, and I'm not letting you have it because you can't have one as a service dog. And I'm like, yes, you can. I have a letter I can email you from my, California Disability Rights, saying there's no breed restrictions. They said you can't have a service dog you can't have a Husky in the desert, and so you're not getting your dog back. And I'm like, I want my dog back tomorrow. And, or I'm going to, proceed accordingly legally. I want my dog back. And he's like, I'm not having this conversation with you. And he basically hung up, but he wouldn't tell me where my pack was. I have money. I have permits. Hard to earn money. I saved almost $1,000 I saved for this trip, and then my boyfriend put $300 extra in the bank for my debit card, just in case something happened to my, cash. And I have the debit card with me. We divided it up with me and the dog, some of the cash with me. And then he had that money. My money's gone. My permits are gone. My dog's paperwork is gone, and my dog's collar information, everything is gone. Food, water, Aquamira drops, all gone. My dog's on a special diet he has to have, and and when I told the guy, that before he hung up, I said my dog, has to have a special diet, and if he was injured, how come you didn't take him to a veterinarian? That would have been the thing to do if you felt the dog was in distress. He said, oh, it was almost dead anyway. And I'm like, what does that mean? The other day he said the dog was fine. Now my dog's at a point where it's almost dead and you didn't take it to a vet and you're a ranger, and he didn't offer to come out. I didn't see any runners run me water. Nobody came out to help me. Yeah, I met 2 girls on the trail yesterday, and they said this ranger specifically was talking about that he knew I was injured and kind of posting stuff on forums about me, and that he took the cute girls to the terminus, but he wouldn't come and like even give them my asthma inhaler because they were like, he knew they could make it past me because they were just really, young and healthy and trained and, very prepared. And I mean, there were a lot of hikers. Some hikers can't make it, and I've met a lot of those, and a lot of them are just whipping through the miles, burning it down. And it's like, you couldn't give my asthma inhaler an extra bottle of water, and because I don't have purification, there's no water out here, and now I'm having diarrhea from the stomach cramps and the stress. I've been freezing cold, from the wind. He knew my shelter, ripped, my shorts ripped, and no help whatsoever. I mean, this is ridiculous. The rangers in the past of Lake Morena, none of which of the nice ones are there anymore, have been wonderful people. I mean, almost everybody on the trail has been absolutely spectacular in the 3 years I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, from trail angels to fellow hikers, day hikers, section hikers, through hikers, the rangers, the sheriffs. Everybody's been wonderful. The PCTA. And I mean, what is this guy? I mean, he should not be in a capacity. I would have never even let him handle my dog, but the fact that he was a ranger and he was doing it under the guise of the Forestry Service, not as some individual, so he had a duty to consult, and I mean, I didn't get an email. My boyfriend didn't get an email. My boyfriend, no messages on my office phone, which he had that number. He had my cell, nothing. And he unilaterally made a decision to get rid of my dog. I mean, my service dog that I need to survive out here. So anyway, that's very upsetting. And hopefully I'm asking for the support of the PCTA, and the PCT hiking community to really, we got to get rid of this guy. He does not deserve to be out there as a ranger. Anyway, hopefully pray for my dog too, and hopefully he just my boyfriend thinks he could have sold it to someone, or he could have just dumped it at like a pound or something, or it just died and he went out and buried it somewhere. But please pray for my dog. It takes a long time. The dog was very expensive and a lot of time to train it as a service animal. I mean, very hard to transition one service dog to another. And I used my other dog, and my other dog's way too old now. I can't go back in time and transfer that exemplary training from one dog to another. And that's it. Anyway, I'm going to start crying. Phoenix Genesis signing out.